The next part, to be very honest with you, was an example that we did face-to-face. And I'm going to go over it quickly because I've already talked about game planning, design, and stuff like that. But this was an exercise that we did as a class on creating different vehicles that we had out there, and a bunch of groups got together on plane, truck, submarine. What we did was, again, this is in game planning. We're trying to design everything out that we can think of on basically how can we make our lives a little bit easier if we knew that we're going to be using multiple vehicles in some type of application. So step one was really laying out all of the different features that each vehicle that we had come up with in class, what they would have. And then from there, we went ahead and started really kind of grouping related things with brakes. Your spaceships are going to have brakes? Maybe call it thrusters, but anyway, I'm a Star Trek nerd. So anyway, we started after combining like members here. Then we went on to start making our base class, and notice our base class was called vehicle, where it had our weight, year made, make, model, color, ID. I wonder what the Enterprise would be make-wise. But anyway, Constitution class. But anyway, God, I'm a nerd. Occupants, bathrooms, seats. I hope your vehicle would have those, unless it's an ATV. But anyway, but still, notice we're deriving it and we're breaking it down into smaller factions here that we can then create our base class from and move from there. And then we start determining the accessibility of all of those items if we want not just the data members of them, but we really got to start figuring out if we're going to have protected, private. Remember, protected is different than private, and then you know what public is. We have to start worrying about that as well. So notice how I keep adding more and more flavor to our overall code and our design when we do this. And it's a really important feature that we have to get through. Now that we've done some of that, notice some of the other items that we have here for some of the other vehicles has gotten shorter because all of them share a lot of items that we had already from our base class. And that's what we want because we want to have less code and, well, frankly, from there. Now I get into some really big code. Again, this is all for you just to kind of look at, but understand how we got through this and how we got from a simple concept into code using all the things that we've already previously learned. And I'm showing you just coded examples here. I should probably just have links instead, but I wanted to show you. And yes, things get kind of crazy. Look at all that. Set color. This was a massive project that we ended up dealing with. But anyway, so I'll leave it at that. But at least wanted to show you one example that we did in class on how things came out and how we designed things from a very large application into at least a little bit smaller using inheritance.